Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Stein, the host of your channel, Can't Have Heart Without Art. Hope you guys are doing well. This video is very specifically for Brunelli from 3rd grade. She has been asking me every day to make a video about hot air balloons. So, here you go, Brunelli, and anybody else who's been requesting this one, or is just looking forward to trying something new. Again, any requests you have, please send me on Dojo or to my school email. So I'm going to make a bit of a fancier hot air balloon project. I want to make a reflection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first fold my paper in half. Yes, I'm using the back of my giraffe because, well, I don't know how much paper I have left. You know, I can always order more. Calling Amazon. All right. So since I folded my paper in half gently, I can now find the middle. So I'm going to put half up here and make a reverse, a reflection down here. So first I'm going to kind of make a mountain. I'm going to start in the middle and kind of drag it up a bit. And then I'm going to do the opposite, but I'm going to kind of shimmer it. So I'm going to shake my pencil so it looks like a shimmering reflection in the water. Now I'm going to make 3 to 5 hot air balloons, but what I want to do is make each one a different size. So I'm going to start with the smallest one kind of right above the water. This would be where the water is. This is the sky. So I'll make the smallest ones here and the biggest ones up here. So I'm going to make kind of a balloon shape. Yeah, I'll make it a little bit closer in a minute. But you can see I'm trying to make kind of a shape like that. Not a pure oval, kind of an oval with a more narrow bottom. So first I'm going to do that for each of my balloons. Here's a bigger one. See? So kind of an oval with a tapered or more narrow bottom. Tapered means angled and more narrow. I'm going to add a string on each side to hold the basket and make this a simple basket. I can cross hatch, which means to go like this. Crisscross lines one direction, crisscross lines the other is cross hatching. It gives me kind of a basket pattern. If I want to be extra fancy, instead of making an easy basket like this, you can try to make a 3D basket, kind of using a cube. It is certainly harder, but for those that are a bit older and want something more advanced, you can make a 3-dimensional basket. So I'm going to make 1, 2, I'm going to make a big one up here that disappears. So it looks like it's even bigger, like it's going off my paper. It's overlapping, which is something we do in class quite a bit, even in pre-K. See? Bigger the balloon, bigger the basket. You can add little flames down here or a person in the basket if you want to be fancier. That's really up to you, depending on what you want to do and what your skill level is. So I've got big, medium, medium, and small. I can certainly put another one up here if I want to. I'll leave that alone for right now. Maybe later I'll add that if I really want to. Now the trick is to do the opposite. So there's several ways to do that. If you want to be really sneaky, fold your paper in half, like this, so you have the reflection here and here. And you're going to rub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take something hard, maybe a marker cap or a mug, something that's not going to break or shatter and is not super sharp, the plastic end of a scissor, and by pressing on the back, see how I'm starting to switch from here to here? The more pencil lead you have, so if you make it really dark like this, it will transfer better. It's a sneaky little trick called a carbon transfer. You could use black carbon paper, but even I don't have that in my house regularly. But if I rub the back, see how it comes out on the front, and then I can just trace it afterwards, and I'll have a perfect reflection. The trick is when I color here, I'm going to make it nice and clear. When I color down here, I'm going to shimmer my color. So I'm going to do that for all my balloons really fast. I'm going to trace them nice and dark on the top. And that way when I rub, they should pop out nicely on the bottom. So I'm going to rub here where I see one, rub here. See how they start to pop through? The other one I see is somewhere around here. And all of a sudden, you see them popping through on the other side. You get a perfect reflection. I'm rushing a little bit, so it's not quite perfect, but you can now see how I reflected it. So that gives you the easy kind of start to the drawing. Now the trick is to make a really nice background. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the mountains black. I'm going to make the balloons black because I want them to look like a silhouette or a shadow in the sky. And I'm going to make the background like a sunset colors. So I'm going to go yellow closest to the bottom. I'm not going to make it perfect coloring. This is just an example to show you because I want you guys to use your own ideas. But I'm going to put yellow closest to the bottom, kind of just over the horizon. This would be the horizon line. It separates the sky from the ground. See? So I make all of this a nice yellow. Then I might go for a nice kind of pink color up here. All of this I'd color very nicely pink. Then I might go a little bit darker. Maybe a nice kind of red. Make all of this red, but not the balloons. Those will stay black. I'd color those in very nicely using something black, so they really pop out. My marker's running out of ink. I'd probably switch to a pastel if I was making this my final copy. And then up here, I'm going to go for my darkest color in the sky, maybe a nice dark purple. So I go from lighter to darker. Here I do the opposite. I'm going to go yellow, but I'm going to shimmer it. So what I'm going to do is when I get to this part, I'm going to color it in the same way, kind of make the opposite look. But then I'm going to add something to shimmer. So I might take a second color, maybe like a little bit of orange, and kind of gently add some shimmers. So it looks like it's reflecting off the water. See? You have to play around with that. Everybody has their own way. Some people scratch into it. Some people just shake the color a bit so it looks like it's kind of vibrating on the paper. But I'm going to do the opposite of what I do here. So yellow to yellow, pink to pink. See, some people will kind of just shake color like this. So it creates more of a wavy effect, and up here it'll be much more clean and really make it perfect coloring. So see, really clean versus more of a shimmer look. So yellow to yellow, pink to pink, red to red, purple to purple. Here's my purple. And same with the reflection of the hot air balloons. I do the same thing, but instead of making it a perfect black, again, maybe I will also kind of shimmer it a little bit so it looks like a reflection. See? Let it go outside the lines a little bit on purpose. You can fill in the black line spots with something else, maybe some gray if you wanted to, so you don't see so much white, but you still see that shimmer look. So you have to get creative in how you color. Any questions about this? Email me, send me a Dozo message, hire a plane to write something in the clouds for me to check up on, and then just tell me, Mr. Stein, I wrote you a message up in the clouds. You know, send a messenger pigeon, whatever works for you. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know it's kind of wet and rainy outside, but enjoy. You're welcome, Brunelli.